have to remember what show I'm on because September 21st, 2022 was the last time this show was recorded. Um,
A lot
Kate,
has changed.
a lot has changed, including the person sitting next to me. Kate is not here today because she's under the weather. We tried to postpone recording this to get her back up, but apparently she has no voice, and she didn't give me enough time to make AI Kate because otherwise I would have had AI Kate ready to go. Uh, should I make a personality joke there? No, I'll be nice.
Heyo.
Oh, so to the side of me here, you know him, you love him, who was once our reoccurring guest, is now a permanent member of the organization as of early this year. Ralph Schudel, welcome, Ralph.
What a terrible mistake you've made.
Yeah, well, this experience has been a whole bunch of mistakes that we just recover from, and we just move on.
What were we
So,
talking about off air? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me
yeah,
three times.
won't get fooled again. There you go.
I don't
Anyway,
know how I continuously fleece stadium scene and just
everything
don't go
else.
away. Just
So,
don't go away somehow.
but anyway, for those that you should know, I've been on practically every episode. I'm DJ Flook. This is Stadium Scenes main event.
The
And
main event of the
main
evening.
main event, yes. And
Hey DJ,
it's
what
good.
time is it in Arizona right now?
It's wine time.
It's one time.
It's
Shameless
because
plug.
shameless plug for our friends at Bev. This is a rosé California wine in a can. 13% 13% alcohol by volume for
You better eat
breakfast.
you better eat breakfast after this.
Yeah, I better have some breakfast. So, the reason I'm drinking wine, I don't normally drink wine, but we're gonna plug right away. Our friends at Bev, they have a canned wine. You hear canned wine, you're like, oh, canned wine. It must be really
Grr.
fancy. But no, I don't like wine. I am not a wine person. My wife loves wine. I do not like wine at all. But this is good. I really like this. And
So
it makes
they have cabs and like other things. What are you? Is that a red? Is it a white? What are we
it's a
drinking?
rosé. I
Okay,
mean, I don't know anything about wine. I just
it's a
like
pink. That's a
it's
pinkish.
it's a
Like,
well, it's a pink can too, but it's it's made by chicks in California. It's a woman-owned company. Um, no sugar, 2.7 carbs, 110 calories.
how did they? How
I
do they do that?
I don't know, but I don't, and it's Harold approved, whatever that means. It looks like it's a cat. So Harold the cat approves of wine.
Okay,
Hopefully they don't taste test with the cat.
I was really hoping it was like a jovial old man in the vineyard that was
I,
like, "I approve of this."
I mean, cats. Yeah, I don't think cats are. Well, I know dogs can't have grapes, but I don't know if cats can. But anyway, this stuff's good. It's actually really good. And you got the can, the energy drink type can for this. They sell them in 4 packs. You can get them at Target, Total Wine. You can order if in most states you can actually order directly from Bev and get a nice big value pack shipped right to your door. There's a dozen states or so that don't allow alcohol shipped through the mail
Wah,
through.
wah.
Yeah, bummer to them. But if you go to stadiumscene.tv/Bev, you learn more about it. Kate and actually my wife Katie wrote the article about Bev, and grab a case. There's numerous flavors available too, and 4 cans is about a bottle and a third. And at Target, I think I paid like $12 for a 4 pack. So a bottle and a third of wine for $12 is pretty good price.
You can't beat that.
No,
That's
no,
solid.
not at all. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, we're recording this at 9:20 a.m. and I'm drinking wine. So here.
Let's go.
There's always
Hey,
something new. We'll try
it's in
something
the
new for the
future
new
for
year.
me. It's 11:26, so I'm in the future.
So anyway,
Let's
the
go by
reason,
Eastern time, so it's okay.
yes, we know everyone who pays attention knows I do not live in Eastern time. Whoops, what? My
That's our
producer.
co-host.
Yeah, no, it's my producer. My
Is that
producer over
Gary
here.
Delabate?
Yes, that's a reference we're not going to introduce yet to a 5-year-old about to turn 6. No, Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Howard Stern references. We drinking wine. We're off to a roaring start. But anyway, so the question is, why now? We put the show on hiatus in 2022 because we had um, you know, we had some personal issues, some health issues. Those that don't know, Kate was in a bad car accident last winter,
She's
and
okay.
Yeah,
She's
she's
okay.
she's okay. She broke her foot, an ankle, I think, as well. But it's just she's had some complications coming back from that. She's had at least one re-surgery. I think she might have to have a second one. Um, so she's had some issues. So that's kind of derailed things a little bit. Uh, the other thing too that we're going to get into right away. This is an update, just kind of what's going on, what we're doing, just kind of give you a roadmap to the future and just kind of bring us up to speed. So I don't know what this show's purpose is going to be. I mean, we're still going to do the 10 minutes with partners that we bring on board and introduce them and give them a platform. I don't know if it's going to be anything more than that. But we don't need it to be. Like, I think this is a good supplemental to everything else we do. But we're here really to talk about what we're going to be doing. So first thing I would outline is if you've paid attention in the last couple of years, you've probably heard mention of a law called Section 230, or it's referred to as Section 230. And it was passed in the 90s, and it's basically the Section 230 of the federal code. And it more or less says, and I'm not a lawyer, this is going to be overly simplifying it, but it basically gives websites and primarily, search engines and social media, blanket protection that, you can't be held liable for things posted on your website. So, um, where this has become controversial is that somebody goes on and posts threats on YouTube, something happens, something terrible happens, and there's, people get hurt, people die, awful things, obviously. And under the provisions of this Section 230, YouTube, Google owns YouTube, cannot be sued for this. They cannot be held liable for the content put on there, um, by their users. And that applies to us too. We're obviously the micro mac, the very micro, uh 10 to the minus 12th or more that Google is. And but the same provision applies to us. We work with third-party partners. We had unfortunately one incident in the past that wasn't posted on our site, but it was somebody associated with us made a pretty terrible social media post that got back to us like, you let this guy post on your site. You know we ended it right away. And that's and the controversy is that there was calls by politicians on both sides of the aisles to, Google, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, uh, Instagram, TikTok. All of them should not have blanket protection. Is the argument? There were lawsuits to try to overturn this Section 230, and from our standpoint, that would suck. We don't, I think from our standpoint, I don't think we're really going out on a limb saying that websites and social media companies should be doing proper content moderation. Like when you have users, you can't control everything that they post on your site. All you can do is when they post it, you have the appropriate moderation tools to get that off the site, kick people off the site, ban people from the site, and get it out there. Because otherwise, like, what's the point? Like, if you have to filter through every piece of content that is put onto YouTube or on the social media, nobody would use it because it's like, okay, well, we got to wait 6 months to go through the Instagram filters to make sure what you're posting is not gonna, get us sued. And as a small organization like we are, that would have been absolutely devastating had that Section 230 been overturned and just blanket overturned. I think there needs to be revisions to it. I don't think I'm going out on any limb here, Ralph. That this, blanket protection and these companies turning a blind eye on it, shouldn't happen. I don't think I'm saying anything controversial there. Do you my off base here?
No, I mean, I think with what we've got going on the last several months, it's an uncertain time. It's kind of the Wild West with these laws, and I think it's smart, but I'm glad that the government decided not to jump hastily into revisions at all or anything like that, because I think that could have crippled, I mean, not Facebook or, like you said, Google or anything like that. Certainly they would have had to make some changes, but if you look on Twitter, I'm never calling it X, but if you look on Twitter, I mean, the fact that you can post anything without any repercussion, essentially,
it's
I'm
I
not
think
cool.
that's
I'm not cool with that, but
I think that's that's the argument in favor of making revisions to 230.
yeah. But
I
but
don't know
generally
what. Yeah,
everybody on our platform seems to be like-minded, seems to be very open to
yeah,
discussion and doesn't seem to be, I don't want to say controversial. You can be
yeah,
controversial in a good way, but I mean,
yeah. I
they
mean,
don't seem to be controversial in a bad way.
we encourage, this is a sport platform. There's some things that, tiptoe into the politics of sports. And I know for a fact that we have contributors on both sides of the aisle. I know one of our I'm not naming anybody because I don't want to single anyone out or get anybody attacked or anything. I know one of the guys on there. He's a great guy. He voted, I know he voted for, you know, I'm gonna say it, like he voted for Donald Trump. We have people that voted for Joe Biden on we have people on both sides of the aisle.
I
And
was a Ralph Nader guy.
Ralph Nader, they got to stick with the Ralphs.
I had
Yeah,
solidarity with my
so
brother.
solidarity with the Ralphs. Yeah, there's not been there is no President DJ and there's been no President David. Although there was a Dwight David Eisenhower, so that's the closest we had. So
Is
that
that a
I'm aware.
win? Do we classify that as a win, or is that a
I.e., if my shared name is Eisenhower, that's not bad. I mean, that was a prosperous time for the country for some people in the country. Well,
worked okay for the Kennedys too for a little bit?
yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, we're here, like, like, I hate politics. Like, I know it's a necessary evil, but we created this platform to kind of like you don't have to have a political take on everything. Like we can come out here and we can cheer for sports and we can insult our favorite teams or we can insult our rival teams. We can have hot takes on sports topics. Like excuse me, not everything has to be a political take
Easy
is
there,
my point.
killer.
Yeah. So anyway, we want to create this platform and I think we've done that. We've done a good job with that. The other thing that's changed is when COVID hit in early 2020 and everybody was home, they were bored, they had nothing to do. So what did everybody do? They started a podcast, they started a YouTube channel, they started a blog. And Kate and myself is like, okay, we got to shift here and we just got to grab as many of these people as we can, knowing that 95% of them, once restrictions are lifted or after a year or so, they're going to be done with this. Like this is something to carry them through until life gets quote back to normal quote. Um, and I'd say that's a pretty accurate number. We went through recently and kind of shut down the accounts of people that have been inactive for more than a year to 18 months. And there were some people that came on board with us. They produced about 15 episodes, 20 episodes. They were gone. Some people produced 5 episodes, uploaded 5 YouTube videos. They were gone. I mean, there's a handful of others that still to this day are still producing content. I have to shout out the lads, a lot of Americans discussing soccer. They're on like episode 400 or something like that.
Just
Uh,
dudes.
yeah, like they're still doing their thing. They have like 25,000 followers on Instagram, and they did it posting soccer memes. And there's memes that get people upset. They get reactions out of people, and you know what? And that's awesome. Kevin and Martin, those guys are awesome. I love them. I'm so glad I stumbled upon them. um, I looked this up on our episode 100 when I had Kevin on as one of our guests. He, we found him at like episode 6 or 7 or something like that, and now he's on like episode like 400.
Good
So
Lord.
yeah, I mean that's like they've done like mini episodes and stuff. I don't know how many full episodes they've done, but they've done a lot of episodes, and their show keeps on chugging. They've done great. They've had some high profile guests on there. I'm so proud of them. It's just, and another is, Adam Corsair was also on the 100th episode. He did the South of the Six podcast. It went away, it came back, and he's still doing that with the Toronto Raptors. Again, that's just another guy, super awesome dude. He's been with us since the very beginning. And you, Ralph, your show went away, but I mean,
We were
you've been,
planning bigger things.
yeah, we've been, working on this for quite a while. So we lost maybe half of our base, which was to be expected. We knew that was going to happen. And it is what it is. So it's time to shift our priority. And our priority during COVID was quick, fast growth. And that's not happening anymore. Now, we got away from the quality piece of it. We spent a lot of time with our partners, but when you're growing that fast, you can't spend the amount of time that you need. Um, I guess my producer's being shouted at. I think you're being shouted at.
Oh dear.
Um,
That's the head producer. That's
yes,
the
my
executive
my
producer.
executive producer behind me is ignoring the show and watching Bluey and coloring.
What do we pay her for?
I don't know. What are
Wait a
you
minute.
laughing at? You didn't even hear what he said, and you're laughing.
I have that effect on children.
Oh, you're laughing at Baby Shark. Okay.
Do 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 boo boo.
There's the
Hey, there's
associate producer.
associate producer Baba Booey. Baba Bluey.
That's Baba Bluey. Very good. Very good. Well
Oh,
done. Well done.
oh,
Trademark that.
oh.
Um, oh, speaking of trademarks, we have not formally announced this yet. Oops, I just stuffed down. Guess what? We have a trademark, a
Let's
registered
go.
trademark with the USPTO. So Stadium Scene belongs to this company now. So
Woo!
you try to rip us off, we'll sue you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we haven't announced that. Anyway, so we shifted to growth during COVID. That growth is over. It's fine. Now we're stepping back now, and we're looking at spending that time and working with the partners who stuck around, and people that there's still people getting into it, just not at as quick of rate. To one, to keep them motivated, to keep them getting better, to keep them growing their audience, and that's our mission. I mean, that was our mission. It's just we grew too fast because of the times. Now we're getting back to that. Man, one of these
Please
days
don't die.
one of these days
That
this
would.
cough will go away.
Please don't die.
In the time since we've last recorded the show, I've done 71 episodes of my other show, FR Racing's Garage Talks, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Shameless plug.
We'll be back in January. I have to remember, like, I'm not recording that show right.
Should I come back and make a show? I feel like I'm missing out on the I feel like I'm missing out on the excitement.
I don't know. We should talk about that off the air. We
No.
got a laundry list of
I
things.
forgot we're busy. We're busy. I'm just treating this like we're sitting around having a chat right
We
now.
are having a chat. We're having a chat with the world who wants to watch us. So, um, so as part of our steps, we're, again, can you turn that down, please? A little bit. Hey, can you turn the
Yeah, we
volume
can't have
down?
a copyright. We can't have a copyright
Yeah,
strike
I don't
on
want
this.
Bluey copyright striking me.
I mean, we're trademark. We're big time now. DJ, let's. Where can I find a nice Stadium Scene Nike branded hat? Is there a is
That's a
there a
proto.
shop that we can find that?
Well, there's a shop, but this was a prototype that's not available anymore. So that
I
can't.
was just
Yeah, yeah. But
printful.com. Yo.
actually, if you go to Stadium Scene TV, go right to the bottom of the list. There's our shop. So we'll be getting that going again in the new year. I mean, there's some stuff on there now, but um, yeah, stadiumscene.tv/store. So anyway, as part of our 2024 message to everybody is the first thing we're doing is we're going to be dropping blog support.
I was just
And
doing number one. That
I
was a
thought you were
number
like,
one. That
wait,
wasn't
I
like a.
thought,
I realized as I did that, that was very misleading, and I
yeah, it was like,
apologize for
what,
that.
are you holding me up here? We're dropping blog support. Don't worry, if you have an active blog with the site, we're going to continue to support you as long as your blog is it. We're not taking away that. You're going to continue to get, priority. You're going to get, we have some great blogs that post regularly with us, and you look at Women Kick Balls, Jackie, Women Kick Balls, been a good friend of ours for years. And then Sports is Told by a Girl with Ashley. Again, still going to continue to support the blog posts. So those aren't going away. Like, we're going to keep supporting those posts, and as long as they want. Itinerant Fan, Chat with Chelsea Renee is another one. There's a lot of our good friends that we're going to continue to support them. So no, don't worry. We're not taking you off the site. You continue to have a place there. We're just not taking on anything new. And it's a strategic decision because we need to shrink our focus down. So number one is, if you haven't noticed, we've been focusing on video live video content, and podcasting. On the podcasting, we are big announcement here. We are rebranding our podcasting section to Stadium Scene Radio. And in the short term, you're not going to notice really anything. There's a player on there. If you go to stadiumscene.tv/radio or click the radio player at the top of the page, that's been there for a week or so.
Looks great on mobile too, by the way.
Yeah, it's right now it's just a glorified podcast player. But you can come in there, you hit play, let the podcast run during the day. Number one, you're helping out the small creators, but it gives you something different to listen to. You can find your next favorite great podcast and support some of those people. And so from phase one, that's already out. That's not changing it much. So phase two, we are switching into a platform called Radiolize. And what Radiolize is going to do is not only does it allow you to play pre-recorded content, aka podcasts, but it also lets you do live radio. So phase two of the project, which is probably going to come May, June of 2024, is we're going to put the podcast into Radiolize, and we're going to put the schedule in and basically run a radio station with podcasts. Phase three is we're going to start integrating live internet radio into our station, into Stadium Scene Radio, and truly make it Stadium Scene Radio. So we'll be working with partners. So if you're interested in doing a live radio show on Stadium Scene Radio, we want to hear from you this year. Like I said, it's probably not going to be until the fall before we take on radio partners. But we've got radio, we've got a plan in place that we have got some we've got some ad sales strategies in place. We've got some profit sharing from the ad revenue. I mean, right now there's not much to look at the moment. We've got some affiliate marketing stuff. So, don't expect to sign a radio deal with Stadium Scene Radio and get rich. I mean, even people in professional radio, they don't get rich. But the plan is we want to do a live radio. We want to help you get paid. We want to help you build your individual brands. So keep an eye out for that. On the video front, we a couple of years ago, we shifted our branding back and called the site just Stadium Scene. And, Stadium Scene TV, we thought we were going to go more all video, but then it kind of balanced out. Stadium Scene TV is going to be obviously our video platform. And you've noticed that, with the Daily Dribble, Stranded Sports, Stranded in Pittsburgh, we have the House of Hockey. They've been working with us up front on Stadium Scene TV, the Stadium Scene TV project, FR Racing, which pat myself on the back there. It's my other show. We've been working on building a TV channel. So Stadium Scene TV is both. We've got Stadium Scene TV, we've got Stadium Scene Radio. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to focus on making Stadium Scene Radio awesome. We're going to focus on making Stadium Scene TV awesome. And our hope is that we get those onto your streaming devices in the next 2 years. Right now, our initial plan is in the next year, we get onto the Roku devices. You have the Roku app, you have a Roku device, you'll be able to watch Stadium Scene TV on your Roku. And then we'll move on to Amazon Fire and Apple TV. That requires a little bit more planning, a little bit more development. So in the next year, we're going to be building that up. So you want to see your content, you want your sports show on Stadium Scene TV, we want to hear from you. You can get in touch with us on social media. There's a contact us form on stadiumscene.tv. We want to hear from you. Live content on video is another thing. And one of our unexpected biggest successes over the last 2 years was our Wednesday Night Dash iRacing League at 10 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday nights. I can't believe the numbers of people. I mean, we've got like hundreds of people tuning in weekly to watch a bunch of, and I don't want to like it takes effort here. Like, you're like, oh, you're playing video games, driving fake cars. It's like, no, this is actually challenging. And if you see by my performance in the last several seasons, it's not easy at what we're doing here. But we're
Yourself a
competing.
little bit of credit. It's tough. It's tough wrestling one of those things around.
We're Wednesday Night Dash has been just an awesome success, and we're looking to continue to grow that platform. And we're actually waiting for the go ahead to add a second league. My partner at FR Racing, Eric Richardson, has been running a Tuesday night IndyCar league. And it's been jokingly, it's called Behind Closed Doors because iRacing and IndyCar had kind of a divorce last year and gave their exclusive license to Motorsport Games, who never delivered the game. Yeah,
Boo.
and then
Sorry.
they laid off the development team. So IndyCar has terminated the license or moved to terminate the license. And as
Yeah.
of the other day, they are, they chased the bag of cash, the hot girl, and now they're coming back to iRacing where they know they need to be. So once that deal's back in place, that will lift the broadcast ban. That will allow the NTT IndyCar branding to go back on the cars. That will allow them to schedule the open sessions back on cars that IndyCar currently visits. Um, we could see something early this year. So our plan is, if the timing works out, we're going to start the behind closed doors league. It'll have a new name because it won't be behind closed doors anymore. We'll have a new league name, which we're still playing with a couple ideas. We'll
Just
go
change it to
live.
out in the open. Out in
Yeah,
the
out,
open.
out in the open. I don't know. I think we're gonna maybe give it some kind of tribute to the old IndyCar World Series from the 80s and 90s name. Some play on that. But we'll be bringing an IndyCar series into Stadium Scene TV on Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. And I'm so excited for this because the quality of racing in this series, while the series has been small, the quality has been phenomenal. I mean, we had numerous close races with people, multiple cars finishing under like, 2/10 of a second apart. You have photo finishes where cars are separated by about 6 feet. It's just the quality of racing has been so good in this league. And we're just so frustrated that we cannot broadcast it in a TV style broadcast. Eric on the FR Racing account has been doing an in-car view, but that only goes so far. So cross your fingers that deal gets signed soon. As soon as that deal gets signed, that league is going to be on Tuesday nights. So we'll have live content on Tuesday. We have live content on Wednesday. We got 2 or 3 other leagues we're experimenting with, but we don't want to, overdo it. We've got one league pretty stable. We're going to get this second league up and running, and then work with some other people potentially to get these third, fourth, and fifth leagues that we have 5 nights of racing on Stadium Scene TV.
Or even talking about branching out into other esports
Yes,
occasionally.
yeah. So I don't know logistically how this is going to be pulled off, but we are looking at other esports, and I'm not going to lie, I don't know the first thing about League of Legends or Rocket League or World of Warcraft or anything like that. I was out of the video game and esports world for so long, and like I got thrown back in through iRacing,
It
but that's
chose
about
you.
that's about the extent of it. So, we're looking at other esports as well. Like we want to fill Stadium Scene TV with content from our partners and mix it in with some live esports content, whether that's iRacing, that's League of Legends, it's Madden, it's FIFA, or whatever they're going to call it in the future.
EAFC.
Yeah, EAFC. Uh, so keep an eye out for that. And if you want to be, the kind of the model we're looking at is we have a league commissioner. Eric and myself are the lead commissioners for our iRacing division, our racing division. We will do that. If you want to run an F1 league, Formula 1 2023, 24 in the future, again, we want to work with groups. We'll help you produce the content. We'll get it out there. Um, we'll help you build the model for building your league. We'll help you with the commercial aspects of it, of advertising and sponsorships. And this 13% by volume is really going here. I my face is
Questionable life decisions have been made.
There have been some questionable life decisions made this morning.
That's all right.
Shout out to Bev.
Thanks.
Drinkbev.com.
Thank you, Bev.
But yeah, so I mean that's where it is. We're gonna be on the radio side of things. We're gonna be on the TV side of things. We're gonna do a combination of pre-recorded shows from our partners. We're gonna do live esports. Who knows? That's our
The
focus for 2024 and moving forward. We're back to the quality part of it that got us that initial growth early on.
the
Um,
world is our oyster.
yes, and Ralph is here on board. We're working on kind of firming things up because obviously I can't do everything. I
Yes,
you
you
know I'm
can.
No, I can't.
You're
Uh, if
capable. You are
if
a
I
strong, independent woman. You can do
yeah
this.
yes, made by chicks.
Made by chicks. Oh
Yes,
God.
if it's like if I don't want to go insane and I want to remain as a married man, I can't do everything.
That's true.
And I
That's
don't
true.
want my children to resent me. Do you resent me? Do you know what resent even means?
Please don't say yes.
I just got a I just got
Did
a
you get a
silent.
stern look? I felt like
I,
a stern look was
no,
thrown your way.
I got the silent treatment on. I'm working on my baby shark coloring. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Oh,
Very nice.
here, come on over here. Come over here. Come make a cameo.
Hello. How
All
much do
right.
we Hello, small child.
Say hi. I'm a small child.
Hello, small child. With a mark. Is that a gel pen? I haven't seen one of those in
Yeah,
like
yeah. Let me see that.
gel
This
pens are still a thing. That's amazing.
I don't know. This is a it's a
Is it
pen, but it's called Yummy Yummy Scented.
I hope that don't eat the pen.
Remember when they made like the flavored crayons? It's like there's probably a record in amount of crayons eaten.
Oh, dude, when it was about to go off was in art class and they had the smelly markers that smelled like cherry and then the
Oh
blueberry
yeah.
ones and stuff like that. Still remember that box too. It was a great time when that thing got kicked or brought out.
Yeah. My kids are like really good at staying in the lines with coloring. I'm like, I'm almost 40 years old. I can't even stay in the lines coloring.
I can't even keep my car on the right side of the road sometimes. I'm just kidding. That's
Yeah,
not a thing.
but yeah.
Um,
But
DJ, do
yeah,
you want
what?
Oh, go
Oh,
ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
no,
rude. I'm rude. I'm rude.
that's our update. I mean, we've got a lot of good stuff planned. We're back to full strength. Once Kate gets her
Power
voice
plays
back.
over.
Power,
Penalty
yeah.
kicks or
He, yeah,
penalty kills out.
shorthanded. Yeah, penalty kill. I've successfully turned away, 99 out of 100
Shots.
shots.
My
Uh,
Shopify.com.
yeah. So, yeah. I mean, that's where we're going. We're gonna,
We're
we
back.
we're back, full strength. So
Better than that. Better than
we're
ever.
we're gonna split things across. We got Ralph here to help us out.
Woo.
And
Woo.
Kate's gonna be working on some content. I got my wife taking on the social media pieces of it.
She's a
So
stud.
yeah,
Absolute stud.
so it's great. She's been the one behind the bull
Super
post.
behind the scenes.
Yep, yeah. She doesn't want to be on camera, which is fine. I
That's
don't,
cool though. I
which is funny
respect
because
that.
I don't like being on camera either, but I still do it.
I respect that though. But you're good at it too.
No, I
Not to like
appreciate
stroke
that.
your ego, but you're like
Uh,
you're good at it. I don't understand why
oh
you
man, don't you're glad Kate's not here. She would be like, don't do it
don't
to him.
don't do it. Hey, do you want to start some controversy?
Well, let's start some. We haven't already.
No, no, no,
Okay,
no.
let's start some
So
controversy.
I thought it would be fun, kind of as I told you a couple days ago. I thought it would be fun if we did like a true false going into 2024. Kind of make
False.
a little bit of
Oh
a little bit not yet.
no, we're not going into
Um,
2024. False. World is over.
World is over. It's done. Even though I did see Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about a asteroid that if it went through a certain, he called it a keyhole of if he makes it through, it hits the right way, it will hit the Pacific Ocean. It's
We're at
like
the
the
Pacific
range of it's
Ocean,
like
and
three
it goes
miles.
boom.
Yeah, basically. But then it was like it's like a 1 in 100 million chance it happens. But he's like, but there's still a chance. I'm like, dude, okay. I mean, if it
It's like
happens,
Dumb and Dumber and Jim Carrey.
yeah. So you're telling me there's the chance.
They're telling me there's a chance.
So anywho, I have 10 situations that are perfectly logical. Hey, we got baby shark
Oh,
do
we got
do do
see,
do
we
do
got
do
Baby Shark.
baby shark do
No,
do
no,
baby
trademark,
shark.
trademark. We don't own that trademark.
Oh yeah,
That's
we
good.
can get
You did
to
a great job with that.
10 out of 10.
This is what you're doing instead of producing the show.
There. That one can go on the back wall too. Anywho, so I have DJ. What I have for you is I have 10 situations, true
All right.
false. Basically, a true false question. You can support it with the defense if you'd like. Um, this may be somewhat controversial. I'll jump in as well on this, and we'll have some fun. And the producer can get into if they'd like. That's
She's
totally.
too
Oh,
she's too busy with Bluey. So here, you need to step away so we don't get a copyright strike for looking like we're streaming Bluey here. It's Bluey's a great
so
show. I don't know if you've watched it before, but it is a really good show. It's very well done. Anyway, true
DJ,
false.
first example I will give you here. First one, the Miami Dolphins will be the AFC representative for the Super Bowl this year. Or excuse me,
False.
2024. False?
False. false.
See, I gotta go true. I feel like Mike McDaniel's got a lot of good stuff going on down in Miami. I feel like it's. Did you see the clip too of where he like he told Dan Marino basically F your records, we're coming for him.
I mean,
There's
that's
an
awesome.
internet.
I really like him. I think he's awesome, and I like this like we're getting away from the you know, and I don't want to like pee on a generation here, but like yeah, you've got these, you know,
Are
Bill
you trying to pee?
Belichick.
Stop trying to pee on Dan Marino,
All
man.
right, no, you know, like you know, Bill Belichick is like there's discussions of like he's done in New England 5 years ago, like that would have like never
Oh yeah.
even remotely come up outside of jokes. You know, it's like the Bill Belichick era is over. Um, I'm drawing a blank on some of these other, you know, these coaches that get hired. What's the guy's name?
Andy Reid,
Well, Andy Reid, you know, they've had struggles in Kansas City and did you see
Mike
that
Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin's having struggles. Did you see the conspiracy theory meme about Taylor Swift destroying the Chiefs because she's upset as an Eagles fan?
Oh God. Oh.
Let me see
Hey,
if I can.
let's go. That's my next. That's a question for
Oh,
later down the line. So
all right.
we'll get
Well,
to
we'll
it.
save that there. I gotta find it here. I don't remember who I sent that to, but I gotta
Here we
find
go.
it.
Potentially divisive
Oh
question
wait, I
first.
never defended my take on the
Okay,
matter.
defend yourself.
Skip. No, that was my
Skip,
bad
skip.
Shannon Sharp impression.
Nothing else. Skip.
So I really love what they're doing in Miami. I think he's great. I just think like there's still just some bad moments that they have down there,
Hmm.
and it seems like when you have, you know, it's not often that a team kind of has moments like that and then like turns it on completely in the playoffs. I don't think. And I feel like that's going to happen to them. They might win a game or two, but they're going to lose a game that they probably should win. I'm going to say that. That's my hot take.
He's hilarious too because and this will be my final thing on the Dolphins, but he's hilarious too because there's a clip going around on TikTok that if you see there's a fan heckling just the absolute bejesus out of him at MetLife during a Jets game. And they're like, McDaniel, why are you hanging out in front of the heater? He's like, he turns around and he's got like these joggers on. So it's like his ankles are showing. Like he's hip. He's a hip dude. And he goes, I'm cold. Let's like 5 seconds go by, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turns around to the fan and goes, and also winning. Like, oh, okay. All right. Next controversial
All
question.
right, next
Hello, other
controversy.
producer.
Just all kinds of
20,
traffic in the
2024 will be the year that Lionel Messi starts to finally show his age.
um all
True,
right.
false.
I'm going to say false, and I'm going to make a lot of MLS people upset. I because the way to keep your career going is go to the MLS. And I just made some people upset.
No disagreement
Yes.
there.
So the second thing is the only thing that's going to derail his career is himself.
Mm-hmm.
If he's on the field and
Or Don
he's
Garber.
or Don Garber, ugh, that guy. The only thing that's going to derail him, Messi, not Don Garber. Don Garber will derail himself as he has numerous times. But Messi, the only way he will be derailed is if he's not on the field or if he's on the field with, you know, hurt. Father Time is going to be the end of Lionel Messi's career, not the MLS, not his competition.
Well, that's what I
And
mean too with
if
with the turf though.
if
With how
Father
many places
Time
play with turf.
if Father Time is nice to him, he will continue to at, you know, lower levels of competition still dominate. If he starts getting hurt more often and he's sitting out more games, then yes, I have to agree with that. The
I
turf
tend
is a
to
good point.
think I tend to think 2024. And hold on, let me go back here because I do have a working relationship with several MLS players who are very good at what they do. I believe compared to where we were 10 years ago, the youth crop of in MLS is a lot better than it used to be.
I agree
They
with
these
that. I
players
agree.
like my hometown Columbus Crew, Patrick Schulte is a dude. I didn't think at the start of the year when Wilfred Nancy said he was going to beat out Aloy Room and be the starting goalkeeper. I'm like, what the heck are we doing? But everybody's like, this dude's legit. I think we saw that in MLS Cup. He's legit. Um, I think Turf is going to
Yeah,
be
turf is tough.
the and especially with Suarez coming into Miami now. I heard reports that he has to have like cortisone shots in his knee prior to
I
every
did
game
not
that
hear
he's
that.
playing right now. Turf is just going to exacerbate that
The,
issue even
so
more
you're gonna
so.
tell me that there'll be a bite taken out of Messi's career?
Hey, well, I also find it funny that Giorgio Chiellini retired the season before Suarez comes into MLS. So that would be for those
It,
unfamiliar. Suarez was he did bite. I shouldn't say accused. He did bite Giorgio Chiellini during the was it a World Cup or was it Euro? I can't
I
remember
think it
if
was the
it.
World Cup. I mean,
Okay.
there's been so many biting incidents with that guy that I lost track of them all. But I think that was the
Where
World Cup.
Giorgio Chiellini, former LAFC defender and of Juventus fame, was bitten by the Uruguayan striker who is now calling Fort Lauderdale home, not Miami, but Fort Lauderdale.
I think it's
Uh,
hilarious. Like you've got Luis Suarez who bites people. You've got and then the NBA has Draymond Green who likes to.
is he even reinstated yet as of the
No,
time of
he's
this recording?
he is not. He's.
Okay.
He had 3 ejections in the last month
What a dude.
before he was suspended.
What a dude. Hey, let's stick to the hardwood. I have another question for you. We're gonna take it over to the women's game
Yeah.
real quick.
All right, go for
A team not named the Las Vegas Aces will win the WNBA title in
it.
2024.
Ooh.
For the record, just
um,
for the benefit of our fans at home, the Aces were champions in 2021, 2022. DJ, could you name me who the or excuse me, can you name me who the champions were in 2020? Oh, I have an error in my own. Hold on, I have an error in my own research here
who
real
are
quick. Hold on.
the WNBA champions in 2020?
Hold on, I have an error in my I have an error.
I'm putting my phone down so I don't cheat because my immediate I very nearly typed 2020 WNBA champions in
I'm
my
sorry, I
phone.
have it. I have it. The champions. So let me restart that question again here real quick. The Aces were the champions in 2023, 2022. Who were the
Yep.
champions in 2021, the last time that the Aces did not win the championship?
Chicago Sky.
Yep, you nailed it
Yeah!
100%. Yeah, that's
Yeah!
I thought you were going to go Seattle Storm, which I would have totally thought so too. Yeah,
Thank
now
you.
bonus points, who did they beat?
The Phoenix Mercury.
They did.
And you know
Yeah,
why I
that's
remember that? Because Diane Taurasi beat the crap out of a door after they got
Oh,
eliminated.
that was that
Yeah.
series. That was that series. Seattle Storm beat the Aces in 2020. That was Sue Bird's swan song there. That was the
Yeah.
but no, that's so
Man, you want to talk about highs and lows with the Phoenix Mercury? Holy crap. They're in the WNBA finals. They lose. Then Brittany Griner gets arrested in Russia and held in jail for 10 months, gets brought home. And in that time between her going to jail and now, the Mercury have been just terrible
her.
and terrible, terrible. And Diana Taurasi is not getting any younger. And it's like, it's kind
Hey,
of,
she's defying. You want to talk about somebody defying
yeah,
time,
you
though?
want to talk
She's
about father
defying time.
time. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Don't, yes, for sure. Legend. Don't, the goat, goat. But that career is winding down. God forbid what kind of trauma Brittany Griner went through in Russia.
Mhm.
Um, I'm sure we'll find out some of it. There's a documentary that's gonna be released on that.
There's gonna be a good book coming out of that one too. I bet you.
Yeah. And it's just the Mercury have been a mess. They had an ownership change recently, along with the Suns, and now everybody's like the WNBA is like tanking for Caitlin Clark from Iowa, who certainly looks like the next can't miss for the WNBA. It's like whoever gets that number one pick next year in the lottery. Ooh boy,
Probably
it's
gonna
like
be probably gonna be the Indiana Fever.
Viva.
Fever. So do you believe they
So
meant
what was your original
them?
question? We've gone so far off topic on the
A
WNBA
team
here.
not named the Las Vegas Aces
Oh,
will win the WNBA title.
no, I
Or
think
does the
it's false.
domination continues?
I think it continues.
Here's another one. Speaking of dominant teams, the Los Angeles Dodgers will not make the National League Championship Series in 2024.
I'm 99.98% convinced he will not win the World Series. But man, between this year, going off of this year, you have Dave Roberts and some of his managerial blunders, which have been well criticized by Dodger fans. You have the Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. I don't have the stats in front of me, but when they got swept out of the playoffs by the Diamondbacks this year, they were
Holy
like
cow.
non-existent. Like they were non-existent. You pay these guys all this money to be your studs, and then they don't show up in the playoffs. Like you have that problem. I still think, despite the deferred contract and the $2 million a year, I don't think they're going to get anywhere close to the value out of. I mean, on field, I don't think they're going to get close to the value for Otani as they hope. Because
The
one,
Japanese Babe Ruth.
he's getting older. Two, he has a history of injuries. Three, he's not even going to pitch next year. Four, one guy's not going to solve your problems.
Mm.
Five, they spent all that money on that other Japanese pitcher, which his name is not coming to me right now.
Yamamoto, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, there was a meme that
A
was posted
billion
that,
dollars on two players.
yeah, there
That's
was this
nuts.
meme that was posted the other day that said that the Diamondbacks, their kind of breakout pitcher in the playoffs is Brendan Fat, the PFADT.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like you spent $1 billion on two players only to be shut out in the playoffs by Brendan Fat. And
Fat.
again, and the Diamondbacks have a really good young core. It's like what the Padres hoped to be that didn't pan out.
Did they make payroll yet?
I don't know. Um,
Are we in better financial situation than the San Diego Padres right
yes,
now?
I can confidently say yes on that. But man,
uh,
you got to keep an eye out for the Diamondbacks. Like I said that at the beginning of last year. I said you got to watch out for these. These guys are going to be sneaky good this year. I didn't say they were going to make it to the World Series, but I'm like these guys are going to be sneaky good. It's not sneaky
hey,
anymore,
any
but they're
team with a
good.
touch of teal in their uniforms
Corbin
is
Carroll,
solid.
that kid, man, I can say that a kid because I'm twice his age.
He's a
Um,
dog.
man, he is so good. That
He's
kid's a stud, and
a
and they've got
dog.
they keep building off of that, and they don't go cheap.
I like that.
It's
Here's a
I'm really
bonus
excited.
question. True, false. Randy Johnson will photograph a Arizona Diamondbacks game this season.
Yes, true.
He's a good photographer.
He is. He
All
really
right.
is.
Question five. Manchester United will finish in the top four this season. True, false.
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 Does
I think they're
Eric
gonna.
Ten Hag finish? True, false. Eric Ten Hag finishes the season as the Red Devils
True.
manager.
True.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't think they're gonna make any with the ownership. The ownership change, quote, minority, even though they have operational control. I don't think they're gonna do anything brash before the end of the year. One, they can't because there's still some final approvals that have to go through. One. And two, there's some language in the contract that they need to be consulted on moves. So I think he's got at least the year to prove himself. That being said, oh, they need some turnover on that roster. There's just so frustrating.
Does Bruno finish the year?
Yes.
Okay. Is he a summer transfer though? Do you think he leaves?
No, I think he's six. He has
All
his
right.
moments.
Question six. Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes will make it to the 2024 Women's National Championship game.
That's
They're
such a
ranked
crap.
fourth in the nation. They're ranked fourth in the
It's
nation right
such a
now.
crapshoot. That the tournament is such a crapshoot that I
You
could.
have to be on. You have to be
Yeah,
on for all of those
I
games.
could flip this coin here, this commemorative chip that says
Yep.
Phoenix Raceway and has the logo on the other side. And if it says Phoenix, if it lands Phoenix Raceway, I'm going to say true. If it lands on the logo,
All right,
I'm
we're
going to say
going. We got
false because I'm going to a coin flip. All right, here we go.
so we got a third chance to win. I'm just kidding. That's for my math friends out there.
False.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, and I deal with high school athletics now too, as well as professional, you have to be on it come tournament time. Like there, you can't have a bad game. You need to string together
No,
the 4 or 5 games left
I mean,
in the
I
season.
mean, as much as it pains me to say, look what happened to Purdue last year. They walked in as a 1 seed and they lost to a 16 seed.
FDU in
No,
Columbus,
no,
In
no.
Columbus, Ohio.
All right, that's all we're talking about. We're done with that.
Yeah.
That's just no.
Never
I'm
happened. Game never
no.
happened.
That's going on my list for my
All right,
therapist.
let's go back to our conspiracy theory here.
Yeah,
2024 will be the year we witness the beginning of the downfall of the Kansas City Chiefs.
true, and we're already seeing it now. Uh,
Okay.
thanks
I just
to
think since Tyreek left, I mean, like Tyreek's like Mahomes needs somebody to throw the ball to, and I think with sorry if you hear high pitched crying. That's my associate producer wanting to come into the room and see what's going on, but she steals focus. She's too cute. Anyway, I think with you know Mahomes didn't do himself any favors. Everybody sees he gets critiqued for the league kind of giving him calls, so to speak. Well, then when he doesn't give the one and he goes up to Josh Allen and goes, "Oh, we got screwed, man." It's like, dude,
yeah,
you said the quiet
optics,
part out
man,
loud, dude.
optics,
You
man.
said the quiet part out loud, man. Not to mention
That
that his wife is insufferable and so is Jackson
oh
Mahomes.
my
Like,
the two of them are the most insufferable people in professional sports right now that aren't on a roster.
like Travis Kelsey's a good dude. Like, everything I gathered from Travis Kelsey, I don't
Yeah,
know him personally, obviously, but like, he's a good dude. Like,
seems
of
like
course,
it.
I'm a Swifty too, but Taylor's got to go into hiding for a little bit. Like, I think we've had a little too much Taylor
And
mania in the
yeah,
last.
we've got some Taylor mania, and there's this conspiracy theory. It says Taylor Swift, known Eagles fan, saw the Chiefs beat her team in the Super Bowl and set in motion a plan to destroy them from within. Think about it.
What a solid. Is that on 4chan?
I I know. I well, it
Oh,
might be, but I wouldn't know.
is it on Twitter?
I saw this on Instagram actually.
Oh, not Threads though. Threads is still a safe space. Okay. You look
I
like
don't
you
know.
wanted to say something about Threads. That's why I was.
It's just I shout out to Threads. I don't know. There's some conspiracy theories out there that are kind of funny. Like there's the one that Stevie Wonder isn't really blind.
You ever see the one that Avril Lavigne died and they replaced her with a
Yes,
body
yes.
double?
Well, there was one with Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney died in the '60s and replaced with a body double.
That's crazy. All right. Here we go. College football playoff coming up here. We're going to talk about one of the more controversial teams in the playoff. Michigan, with everything that's happened this season, will
Who?
win the Michigan
No,
will win the college
no.
football playoff.
False.
You
No,
don't think they've got
no,
the chip on their shoulder to get
no,
past Alabama
no.
and
Because
then
all it takes is somebody making phony signs and they'll lose. If you have a
my dark
talented
horse
talented team making phony signs, they're done.
my
But
dark horse I think is Washington. I think they're going to be fun. I
did you
think they're
see
going to be
that last year? Like this came out a while back that when Michigan got paired up against TCU last year, and they said schools like coaches and contacts at other schools called TCU and said, "Hey, Michigan is stealing signs.
Mhm.
Make some fake signs." And then TCU, who was I don't know how much of an underdog they were, but they were not supposed to win that game. Won the game because they fooled Michigan with their fake signs.
That's amazing.
And
Next question. Here we go. We go to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia just for a quick visit. The Saudi Soccer League, home of Cristiano Ronaldo and several other people who apparently never want to be heard from again,
that's a
will
thing.
gain more popularity in 2024.
Yeah, I think that's true. How much more? I don't know. More as in that you could probably, with not a lot of effort, watch the game in the U.S. Yes.
Games broadcast on Fox Sports 2. which
Yeah, okay, so
I
there you
didn't
go. So
know
yes,
I didn't know
yes.
was a thing, to be quite honest with you.
Well,
But
and it's the funny thing too is like with Fox Sports 2, you look at like DirecTV, for example, you get like one package, you get FS1, but you have to go to the next package to get FS2.
I'd rather just get Fox Soccer Plus at that point, then, if that's
I
the whole
think you
thing.
do get Fox Soccer Plus when you get FS2. I think it's bundled together, or at
Or
least it used to be.
be in's where it's at, so I can at least watch
Shout out to Phil
the
Shane. Good. I don't.
friend of the show.
Yeah, Phil Shane, friend of the show. Good dude. Really good dude. Really.
What is it? Liga
League
1
Un. Uber
Uber
Eats,
Eats.
League Un. So I want to say that, and I've said this before. Phil Shane, really good dude. Called the first MLS game for ESPN.
Yes. Yes.
Good announcer, really good announcer. He
And
helped
he got
keep Ray Hudson.
work with, oh
Worked
yeah.
with Ray Hudson for years. I mean,
Magisteria.
I, it's so good that I got to sit down and interview this guy and said, "Tell me your favorite Ray Hudson story." And it's just like I'm sure he could have told us all day Ray Hudson stories.
Can you imagine having a drink with that guy in a pub?
Oh, he just seems like he's just such a lovely guy. Like
Oh my God.
you got these people that they put on this persona on TV, but in real life they're just miserable. I don't see that at all with Ray
He
Hudson. I think
inexplicably follows me on
well,
Twitter for some
he
reason.
follows me too, but I don't use Twitter anymore. So he used to follow me. Well, when I used Twitter, he followed me. He I brought up this story. It's my favorite Ray Hudson story. It was a Classico where it was 1-1 late. Messi scores. This was like 2017.
Oh, is this the
And
shirt game?
yeah. Where it inspired a Halloween costume where I got that whole kit and I held it.
Is that the same game where he talked about having a
Tarantula in his shorts. Yes,
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 yes. Okay.
yes. And I got to talk about that with Phil Shane. And I was just like, that is like one of my greatest highlights is that I got to talk. And I have this soundboard. I don't know if it's
When he you could drop a tarantula in his trousers and
and
he'd
it'd
be cool.
still be cool. I made this soundboard when we used to do this show regular. I wonder if this works. This might be one you might
Why is
yeah,
Marvin Gaye playing in my earphones right now?
don't know. I'm gonna turn this volume down. I don't know if you're even gonna hear this or not.
Wow, wow,
Uh
wow.
oh no, this one you let me see if did you hear that?
I could hear.
Well, you should recognize it. It's your voice.
I can, but all I heard was. Oh yeah, there we go. I got you.
Make
I
that
got you.
louder.
That's pretty dang cool.
That is pretty dang cool.
So yeah, so I have this one. Nope, that's not it. Might be this one.
Which one's that? Oh, I can't hear that one.
All right, make this. Oh, I this isn't the greatest, most professional setup.
We're so good. It's okay. We're
That's
growing in
pretty dang
2024.
cool.
So that's you again.
Yeah, it is.
It's from that clip. I made that onto a
Okay.
soundboard with Messi scoring that at the wire. You see Ronaldo just having a total meltdown. Messi's holding his shirt up to the Real Madrid crowd, and you
What a
hear Ray
dick.
Hudson in the back going,
Massa.
and then his infamous line.
You can drop a tarantula into his shorts and he'll still be cool.
Can we please put that as my introduction for the show for further shows?
Yeah, and there's actually you should recognize this one.
It was like a watermelon just rolling around on the field.
We got some
Shout out Todd Bell if you happen to be watching the show. Shout
some
out Todd Bell.
throwback here.
I told you about the story about that, right? That was my former employer's safety word with his wife when they were get down on it. Yeah.
Wow.
What? What?
That was you know what you just said. Wow.
Oh,
Anyway, we've taken a
he's
turn
not
for
gonna watch it, and I don't work for him anywhere anyway. So that was you know. For,
Law and Order there.
All right, let's get back on track because we gotta piece. We gotta go work on
Yeah.
things and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta edit this.
All right. Final one. Sabrina Ionescu, 3 point scoring champion legend. If you ever get a chance to go watch that from the All-Star game this past season, awesome. I watched that clip again just the other day when I was making these questions. Sabrina Ionescu of the New York Liberty, trained with Kobe Bryant, just awesome baller. I own a pair of her Sabrina ones, by the way. Terrific shoe if you get the chance. Uh, will win WNBA Player of the Year. True, false in 2024, or does it go to that girl named Caitlin Clark, who's amazing?
Well, I mean,
Brianna Stewart can't repeat, can she?
you could pencil in Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year. I mean,
For
that's
sure. Although I am a bit partial to JC Sheldon of Ohio State fame. She's a dog. She can scrap. And Paige Backers fell off the face of the planet. Like everybody's forgetting she's still lurking around there.
I completely forgot. I
Yeah.
mean, don't get me wrong. I am far from an expert on the WNBA. I mean, number one, I respect the competition. I respect the WNBA. I'm not going to be one of those tools out there
Oh,
that
I love watching it. I
WNBA.
love I love the technical pick and roll and stuff like that. It's kind of part of the reason why I love women's soccer too so much is that it's just way more technical and it's
It
not like
is.
let's
It
just
really
drive at
is.
the let's
Yeah,
not drive at the
let's
hoop and
just
just
yeah,
yeah.
let's just muscle and dunk and
Let's set a few picks. Let's watch couple good jump
I
shooters. Like let's
I
do some things here.
I do have to laugh. There was a joke last year or on Weekend Update where Michael Che goes, and the New York Liberty win the WNBA championship, and you hear the cheer from the crowd. He's like, I just proved you didn't watch that. I'm kidding. Las Vegas won in
Okay.
4.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I mean that right there says like, the WNBA is obviously growing and growing well, but it's not quite there yet.
Sabrina's got one of the
It
higher selling
deserves to be
shoes, I
higher.
think, too, actually, which if you look at it, there's a good amount of men wearing her shoe. And I mean, I sought them out too to try to buy them. And I mean, they were tough to get for the first couple weeks when they
It,
dropped.
the
But
the number one thing that they're doing right is the number one way to battle against these loser trolls that are women's sports, women's basketball, those idiots, is we start seeing more men with WNBA gear and women's
oh
soccer
yeah.
gear. And it's like you make men's sizes. Like I have an NWSL, I have a Chicago Sky. Oh my God. What?
When you were making the funny when you were doing the funny voice, associate producer was mimicking you as you were making the derogatory comments, like pretending to be the
Yeah,
derogatory
yeah.
person.
Yeah, I
That
can't
was
believe it.
impeccable,
So
impeccable comedic timing from
yeah,
associate
well,
producer.
this is my clone. It's not my yeah. So I have a red Chicago Red Stars jersey. I have,
Which one? The blue one, the nice sky blue one that they
yeah,
had. The
the sky blue one that has like the Chicago
that
map
was
on it.
such a good
Got
uniform.
got some some Julie Ertz.
Such a good uniform.
You got your Santa presents behind. You got the ice cream truck.
We got the
Nice.
Barbie dream house.
Then the Barbie dream house.
Is there real ice cream in there?
Already a doll house. Already have a doll.
You already have a dollhouse.
This feels like when JD and Baba Booey always come in like, oh
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
They
So
just they walk in on the studio. We need Ronnie the limo driver now. Start calling
Nope.
my wife Ronnie the limo driver.
She's just got to start yelling
She have no
69 all the time.
she have,
69.
she have no idea what I'm talking about, and when she did, she would hate me forever. But anyway, yeah, it just I have I'm drawing a blank here.
That's fine.
But
No, we're talking about women's sports and Sabrina
yeah,
Ionescu being a beast because she's a beast. Oh
but
gosh.
like you look at you look at the the gear, like the biggest thing the WNBA and the NWSL and other women's sports leagues can do is make sure that you make men's sizes for your clothing, because
Yes.
you know these cowardly trolls, women's sports, the best way to shut them down is, quote, strength in numbers. And you see the men walking around, and it's like, I've got an Alex Morgan U.S. jersey. I've got a Julia Ertz Chicago
Same,
Red Stars jersey.
because she's a
Uh,
dog.
I've got my Phoenix Mercury gear. You see more men walking around in the WNBA, the NWSL, women's U.S. soccer team, and show that, like, look, not all men are jerk offs.
Correct.
Earmuffs.
Normalize men watching women's sports.
Yeah. Ah,
That's what you
I
need
mean,
to do.
it's like you don't need men. Don't get me wrong. You don't need men to make women's sports popular, but to shut these losers up that just whine and cry about it and make fun of it, you get the men that'll, like, you shut up or I will punch you in the face.
Hmm.
I mean, that's the quickest way to shut them up.
Yeah, but
You
I
go
always think
cower.
it's
They can go cower behind their anonymous social media accounts with their fake photos and tough guy keyboard,
and their blue
keyboard
check and their blue
warriors.
check marks that they paid money for.
Yeah, you paid for that.
Imagine paying for something that's free. What an
It's
interesting
like
thing.
you pay for something that you don't have to if you're relevant.
Exactly. Exactly.
Ooh, man, I have
But
really made a lot of people mad today.
that's okay. We're making up for lost time. But no, I'm with you. And the
I'm in
coolest
rare
thing
form
too,
this morning. I mean, I'm
I
drinking
want to
wine.
shout out Jason Sudeikis because everybody already loves Jason Sudeikis anyway. But he's such a big champion for women's sports. It's
He
really
is.
cool. Like,
He really
like
is.
he had probably I'm sure there's an image somewhere on the internet of this. What appeared to be the most comfortable looking hoodie I've ever seen in my life with the WNBA logo on it in the New York Liberty Seafoam green.
Oh,
And I
cool.
looked at that and I was like, I need to own that.
Well, and you
And
had
have
Kobe with the orange WNBA hoodie that
and
he.
that's a thing now on the
Yeah,
regular. Like
he.
that's a thing on the regular.
If it wasn't for the fact that it was 800 degrees here, 75% here, I would probably own that hoodie. I mean, I'm
That's
wearing
true.
this hoodie because I've had this for. Here's your hint of how, like, little I buy cold weather clothing is that Nike has not been Manchester United sponsor now in almost 10 years.
Here's the thing,
That's how little
as
my
a,
cold weather gear gets
as
used.
of as of today, it is
Mm,
Victory Friday for playoff bound Cleveland Browns, and
that
the man who once terrorized my fandom is now my quarterback, and I love him unconditionally.
I remember when Joe Flacco got his big contract deal in Baltimore, and the first thing he did was go to McDonald's. And he drove through the
That says
drive.
all you need to know about the type of man he is.
Yeah, he drove through the drive-thru at McDonald's and be like, "Wait, I know you. You're Joe Flacco. You're driving through McDonald's."
And you're getting a Big Mac? Okay,
Shout out to
cool, man.
McDonald's.
Not a sponsor, but if you want to sponsor us, I
Hey, you know what? I still, you know what? Everyone criticizes McDonald's, and there's a lot to criticize McDonald's about, but I still eat it. Don't get me wrong.
it is good. I can go for a burger from time to time.
You get the well, and they're changing up the Big Mac to make it, they want to make it that they can compete against, like, the In-N-Outs and the
Mm,
Chick-fil-A's of the world that have taken some of their market share. Don't get me wrong, McDonald's is doing just fine.
you're doing fine, and with that massive Coca-Cola contract, you guys are doing just fine. Bless up. All right.
McDonald's.
Do we have anything else? Do we want to offend any other groups of people
No,
or
we've done a pretty good job of that this morning.
so? In summary, 2024 is going to
Happy New
be
Year.
a great season for stadium scene. We're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to get some radio player going on
Get
there.
some
We're going to get some
radio
more
and
video centric. If you have a blog, you're not going anywhere. We're just not going to take anybody new on at the moment. If you want to get taken on, we'll figure
oh,
something
we're,
out.
we're taking new people on after the new year. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
we're changing it up. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting.
You want to
I'm
drive with
excited.
us? You want to drive with us on Wednesday Night Dash? There's about 5 openings available right now for drivers. So
Cannot guarantee Max
Online.
Verstappen won't show up at
No,
some
I
point,
don't
but
think he's going to show up.
okay.
I'm pretty confident of that. We have had a celebrity in our league before, but
Have you ever wondered though, like real quick, and I last time I take us off because I know we gotta go. We gotta go. But have you ever wondered playing online games against like usernames that are like just not generally descriptive if you've ever played any famous people and you're like Am I racing against like Max Verstappen right now, or
I
am
mean,
I
the
racing
thing is
against like
with iRacing, you don't really have that because people you put your
but
real
like
name.
Call of Duty? I'm saying like, do you
Yeah.
think you ever played anybody famous in like
No,
Call of
because I
Duty
never
or
really
something?
played that stuff.
Okay.
I kind of like I played Counter
Law
Strike
of
and I played
averages says law of averages says it has to happen at some point though, right?
yeah. I mean, when I played I played Team Fortress and I played Counter Strike were my
Oh, Team
two.
Fortress, good times.
Team Fortress 2.
Still a
Yeah.
thing too, by the way, if you go on the Steam store.
Yeah, well, in Team Fortress 2, the scout, you had the kind of the wimpiest weapons, but man, you had all that speed. You could go
Hmm.
in there, grab the flag, and run. That's what I was always the scout. What are you doing? Hey, producer, get back to work.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
She was walking around the other day going, "Come on, Barbie, let's go party." I'm like, "How do you know that? I didn't teach you that."
Kids these days, man. I mean, they
Those
know so much, dude.
kids.
They're like little sponges, man. They're always paying attention. Even when they're not, they're paying attention, man.
Oh,
That's all.
yeah,
That's
I'm
all good.
sure.
How many more days of holiday break before they're back to school, Dad?
A week and a half.
Oh. Yeah,
Well,
I
a
got
week and a
another
half
week.
from this recording. By the time this airs, it'll be less than that.
Yeah, I've got
But
like
it's
what do
funny.
I have? I have a week and a half too. So
My
the eighth.
well,
So the
well,
eighth.
yeah, I think my kids go back to ninth. But
Okay.
one of the funniest things that ever happened, earmuffs. Um, I don't know. She's probably 2.5, 3 years old, and she had like a toy, and she dropped the toy on the floor, and she goes, "Shit!"
Well, there goes our ever
And
E for everyone rating.
I just stopped, and I was like, "What did you just say?" And I go, "Who taught you that word?" And she goes,
Yeah, I was gonna
"Grandpa."
say, which one of you guys taught her that
I
one?
go, "Who taught you that?" She goes, "Grandpa." I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh, okay,
makes sense.
all right."
That's hilarious.
Your grandparents, are they bad influences on you?
Thinking, thinking. And
Hiding behind the tablet.
ooh, did she take the fifth on that?
Yeah, she took the fifth.
Wow.
Who
Wow.
teaches you all these bad things? She's
Say
smiling.
dada.
She's smiling
Say
behind
dad.
the tablet. Right? Who teaches you more bad things, mommy or
Smart though.
daddy?
She's covering the face there. Smart.
Nobody. Oh, good answer.
Oh.
Oh, mommy. Mommy teaches you the bad.
Oh.
I'm in trouble.
Oh boy. Yeah, this part gets edited out for sure.
And I'm like, don't do that. She goes, I don't care.
Oh geez. This part gets edited out for sure.
I will. It's funny. Like when I'm at work, I've been like, swearing at work. One was like,
Yeah.
you know, you know,
That's like
and
a rite of passage.
I'll make comments like, oh, that's a bunch of baloney, and people look at me
Mm.
baloney on balderdash.
Well, that's the fun part about being in a classroom with kids too. I'll be like, son of a pickle. Or yeah.
Son of a nutcracker.
Oh, I made Jeff Bezos listen to me. For some reason, pickle did. That's not even a thing. Jeff, stop listening to me.
Yeah, go away, Jeff Bezos. Go back into your phallic shaped
You're
rockets.
already you're already shipping me something I don't need today. So chill,
Oh,
man. Chill.
wait, before we go, we're gonna wrap. But before we go, we're gonna do a Kate impression.
Ah.
And this will prove she doesn't watch or listen to this. She won't watch and listen because she doesn't like the sound of her voice, is her comment, but she's not in this. So this is gonna prove she doesn't watch or listen.
All right, here we
Hey,
go.
hey,
Get into
I'm
character.
Tate. I'm Tate.
Oh
DJ,
yeah.
you're a jerk. Ooh.
Stop it, DJ. Stop
There's
it.
a chalkboard on the ice cream truck.
You got a chalkboard?
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh.
word.
it's on
Can
the
you
ice
write
cream
hi? Can you write hi, Kate, on the chalkboard?
truck.
Can you write
We
on the
missed you.
chalkboard? Say, write Kate stinks.
Oh. Yeah. That's the one thing I love about working with kids too, is like you can say really ridiculous things you wouldn't find as a adult funny, but then they're like, ah, you said poop.
Toilet
and,
humor.
and then you start laughing because it's hilarious.
No, don't get
The
me
funny
wrong.
part, the funny
Tell
part
me
too
what
is
is the first letter in that?
Oh, you got the first letter right. Well, that's right. That's
let's
correct.
go, baby.
Got the K.
You getting a job yet? What's the deal here?
Here, I need you
Nope.
to go Clean up the yard. No, just kidding.
This is gonna be awkward. Rent's due pretty soon. Rent's due in a couple days. This is awkward. Sorry.
Let's go. So I still
Child
find
labor. Child labor brought to you by Stadium Scene. And
she just told me to be quiet.
ooh, there you go. That's all right though. All right. Hey, shout out to the fans, the real ones,
Yes,
our creators, our partners,
all of
from
you.
everybody top to bottom. Great year this year. Big things coming up in 2024. But
Actually
mainly,
gonna do things.
if you've made it this far into this show, listening to all of this nonsense, we love you. I mean, just absolutely, just unadulterated appreciation. We love.
Smash
Don't
the
do
can.
that, dude.
I know.
Who would have thought I'd be the sober one during the show? Come on, dude, get it together.
I'm good.
I, you're having a fun time right now.
Hey, you know what? It's beer 30 or wine 30.
Wine 30 hashtag approved by Henry, whoever Henry is.
I don't. I just.
We love
Sure.
Henry.
I was like, are you sure I'm the one that's been drinking?
I don't know. I mean,
Get your
do you?
Bev. Go to Target. Go to Total Wine. Go to drinkbev.com.
I'm drinking agua. Off
Me
of
too.
my covered up hydro flask. Oh shoot, I said the brand. Dang it.
They're not giving us money.
But no, yeah,
Rosé, Blanc,
I'm gonna go to Target today. I
Gris.
wonder if that's available in Ohio here.
You
So
know,
we'll
if your Target has a beer and wine section, you know, they have a beer cooler. And if you go to the
mhm.
next to the beer cooler, they have the canned wines. They have a
I may post my adventures on Twitter today
do it. No,
or
Instagram.
Threads.
Instagram.
Threads. Instagram.
No, Noir, Gris, Blanc. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Blanc.
Rosé. Am I saying that
Rosé.
right?
Rosé.
Rosé.
Rosé. I'm still waiting for my wins from ESPN bets to hit my account. So
They don't hit
uh
instantly.
they don't hit instantly. And even though they say they do, they're like, oh yeah, it's a 1 to 3 way. I'm like, dude, that's 75 smackers I can go
Yeah, they'll
burn
say
on
bet
stupid
MGM,
stuff.
and then they're like, "All right, here's your money
Yeah.
that
It's
you
like, come
stole
on,
from
get it
us,
together.
you smart gambler, you."
Yeah. Like, hey, pro tip to anybody out there thinking about sports booking, do the promo bets and then just get out. Cause it's like, if you want to lose money, just flush it down the toilet.
I mean, that's kind of what I've been like. I went into 3 different betting places, took the promo bets. I'm up like $400, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
out.
done.
Thanks for the free payday.
Yeah, thanks for the free money that
Suckers.
your tax deductible.
Yeah, no kidding. That's really smart on their part though, too, if you think about it.
Well, the funny thing is, like they treat those as losses. They don't.
Yeah, that's really smart. Maybe we'll get into sports booking in 2024.
We're gonna start our own sports book.
Yeah, dude. I'll set the odds.
Yeah,
Everyone.
set those really high. Well, there's a line from The Office. Like, if John Mellencamp ever wins an Oscar, I'm gonna be a very rich man.
What did I say? So I'll end up going on this story. So there's in my room here, if you look underneath the aux, there is a blue and red light underneath there. Well, if you guys are unfamiliar in the Midwest, there's this wonderful regional gas station called Sheets.
Wawa.
That's fine. There's different strokes for different folks, man. But Sheets is an all-encompassing gas station. If you think about it, kind of like a Buc-ee's, it's like a lesser version of Buc-ee's, but you can get like good food in there. So I am in desperate search for a white elephant gift this year, and I happen to stop into Sheets, and I see that they have a Sheets LED light for a white elephant gift. Don't want to say how much I spent on it. I'm a little embarrassed about how much I spent on it, but I said, "Oh man, that would be
You bought
really
your own
fun
white
to."
elephant gift?
Oh, dude. So I bought it. I was like, nobody's gonna want this. There's maybe 2 or 3 people that would want this. So we do the draw for the number. I get number one, first overall pick. So I am sitting in the
You
driver's
took your
seat for
own gift?
took my own gift.
You took your own
I did Kevin with the foot bath 100%. Like it was Kevin
you
with the
took your
foot bath.
own gift.
I did. So it was to me from me. So thanks me. So I don't know if
Wow.
that's smart or if I was just like a Christmas miser if I just ruined everything.
Yeah, I mean
But
I don't think I've really ever heard of that where somebody takes their own white elephant gift.
yeah, I was.
I mean
uh
that's pretty impressive.
Thank you. I don't know if I'm impressed about that, but
Wow. Apple random passwords. I'm trying to reset my BetMGM password account.
oh
And
geez.
I kid you not, I'm not using this, so I can go ahead and share this. But the
Well done.
the in the password suck ass, SUKASS is in the password
Is it Rashford sucks ass?
when he's not negotiating a contract.
Wait, I was hyping him up at the bar on Boxing Day, and I was like, he's gonna be fine. My soon to be cousin-in-law, if that's a thing, um, looks at me. He goes, "If he beats one defender, I will give you $10." And I go, "Okay." Well, then Jeff Bezos, stop it.
Go away,
Um,
Jeff Bezos.
so he goes, if he beats one defender, I will give you $10.
He's
And
Marcus Rashford, MBE. There we go.
well, he actually did beat somebody. So I got the creds. Is this thing
Yeah,
wireless charging? And I've never known that.
is that so?
That's
Anyway, final note. We got to wrap. Shout out to our buddies, Pure Hockey. Actually, I got the
Do you have the list like the
I
Oscars?
got
Like,
the Pure Hockey. I should have been
do you
wearing
have
this,
the
but it was cold this morning. Pure
do you have
Hockey,
the,
Drink Bev, Fanatics has been a longtime friend of the show. StubHub, also a longtime friend of the show. Salute you, StubHub. The game is never sold out
We
when StubHub.
salute
And
you?
ESPN Plus.
Ooh, what does
E-
it? What do you get with ESPN Plus?
ESPN Plus. You get all kinds of obscure sports that you can watch on.
Even the Ocho occasionally.
Yes, occasionally. But yeah, I got ESPN Plus part of the Hulu bundle. You got Hulu, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, all in one.
Everybody wins, even the little ones.
That's right. They watch
Even
Bluey all they want, which is what has been going on for the last hour behind us. So
yes.
again, thank you for your support. Yes, that's not.
Copyright. Oh God, we're in trouble. Oh God, we're
You're
in trouble.
watching Doc McStuffins now, but
Oh, we're in trouble. That's it. Show's gone.
was
We
it
can't
time for your
we
checkup?
can't monetize
Time
the
for your
show at all.
checkup. Yeah, well,
Can't monetize the
theme.
show at all. We're done. We're done.
Kind of our theme.
That's all right. Hey, yeah, we do this on a limited budget.
That's right. So again, let's do some good stuff in 2024. Hopefully, I didn't make too many of you mad today.
I promised people I'd be on my worst behavior.
Thanks, Jim Albert. You're pre-fired.
Kate, we love you. Hope you're feeling better. Um,
Don't insult
Everybody
me,
out there.
Kate. Kate.
Yeah, don't insult. Kate.
Well, I have a fun story about Kate real quick before we wrap. So one time, her boss was sending. Kate was when we worked together. She was notoriously like always late to work. She'd always come walking in like 5-10 minutes after the like time you're supposed to be there.
Mhm.
That point orange, point syrup is his orange juice.
Ew, that's gross. Dog McStuffins'
Great story.
dad. Yeah, that's gross. So
It's a great story.
Kate would be late a lot. She'd show up like 5-10 minutes after. You know, we had the flex time, but this is like the drop dead time. She'd always come walking in 5-10 minutes afterwards, and she'd walk by my desk, and I'd be like,
Bruh.
you know. So one time, her boss sends her an email, and instead of typing the word Kate in the email, they refer to her as late.
Oh,
And I'm like, wow, that's a Freudian slip if I've ever seen one.
that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Anyway,
What the?
at Stadium Scene or Stadium_Scene on Instagram, because I still don't have the Stadium Scene handle on Instagram.
Nah.
That legal battle is underway.
We won't pay money for that.
I'm not paying. Well, I will use our newfound legal status to try to get that back this year. That's my goal. If I do nothing else other than get at Stadium Scene on Instagram, it will be a successful year. So
#win.
Stadium Scene TV, join the network. We'll see a lot of you in 2024. Wednesday Night Dash will be back January 10th. Our soon to be updated named IndyCar League in February.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're gonna do the Daytona 24 broadcast again at the end of that'll be the January 22nd and 23rd, 20th,
Because
21st.
we don't like sleep here.
Nope. So we'll have the 24-hour broadcast again. That was a huge success last year. We're gonna do that again. We got a charity race going on the week after. It won't be on Stadium Scene TV, but there'll be some Stadium Scene. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in 2024.